Hi guys, we're going to be looking at and learning a little bit more about Alina Kabaeva, who is, I think I'm pronouncing her name correctly, that is Vladimir Putin's squeeze. Now, there's some interesting details about her and him and children. Are they actually married? So I'm going to look at all that because I just found this little tidbit on, and I will include the link in the description box for Alina Kabaeva, and that is that she was born May 12th, I think it was 1983, and let's see here. Let's just get down to May 12th, 1983. And she's listed as a Russian politician, media manager, retired individual, rhythmic gymnast, and honored master of sports. Now, she's one of the most decorated gymnasts in the rhythmic gymnastic history with 2 Olympic medals, 14 championship medals, 21 European championship medals. And she's also, of course, reportedly the longtime mistress of Russian President Vladimir Putin. Her father himself, she comes from a father that is a coach, and he is Muslim from the Tartar or Crimea area. Let me find that. You look under the personal, there's some interesting bits and pieces here. The personal life. So, okay. She's like 38 right now. She's super young. So she was engaged to a policeman by the name of David Musolani in 2004. And they began a relationship in 2002, but separated in 2005. Now, come 2008, it was reported by the Makovsky correspondent that Kabaeva was engaged to Putin, and Putin had that story squashed and the newspaper was shut down. And in the following years, so it must have been coming a little close to the truth for too close for comfort for Vlad. The following years, the status of the two's relationship became a topic of speculation, including allegations that they have multiple children together. And in July 2013, Kabaeva reported that she did not have any children. However, March 2015, she was reported to have given birth to a daughter at the VIP hospital of St. Anne in, I think it's Ticino, and that's Switzerland. She spends a lot of time in Switzerland. And in 2019, she reportedly gave birth to twin sons at the Kulakov Maternity Clinic in Moscow. Up until 2002, Kabaeva was a practicing Muslim. In 2003, it was reported that she had converted to Christianity. Now, her father let's see, I'm just trying to find more, is a very athletic guy himself, and a coach, I was just trying to find here. He was a professional football player, Marat Kabayev, because with the masculine is different ending. With the feminine, they're going to put an and in Russian, I guess they're going to have the v for masculine sounds on the ending of a name. Okay, so her father is a Muslim Tatar or Tartar. May not be pronouncing that correctly, forgive me. And just so you know, they are, Tatars is an umbrella term for different Turkic ethnic groups bearing that name. And originally, the Confederation was incorporated into the Mongol Empire when Genghis Khan was alive and taking things over. So there's a little background. And her mother is Russian. And she has a younger sister, Alina Kabaeva, and she is the general director of real estate agency. 2016 was appointed as a judge of the Almaty City Court in Tatarstan by, guess who? Vladimir Putin. Due to Marat's career, the family often traveled different places in Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and Russia. Okay, and she started as a rhythmic gymnast at the age of 3 with coach Margarita Samolyvanova, sorry. And in her early teens, she moved to Moscow, where her mother took her to the Russian head coach, Alina Kabaeva. She's a striking looking young lady. And there's a lot more that, it's interesting. You can read about her. So President Vladimir Putin presented Kabaeva with the Order for Merit to the Fatherland, 4th degree in 2005. Just some interesting bits and pieces here. So here's another interesting thing. Her Russian head coach, that Venier, who also served as the vice president of the FIG Rhythmic Gymnastics Technical Committee at the time when she was a gymnast, had been taking a food supplement called Hyper that contained mild diuretics, which, according to Venier, the gymnasts were taking for premenstrual syndrome. Oh, this must be about, the things that they're not supposed to have in their system. When the supply ran out shortly before the Goodwill Games, the team physiotherapists restocked at a local pharmacy. According to Viner, or whatever, the supplement sold there was fake and contained furosemide. The committee requested the Goodwill Games organizing committee nullify Kabaeva and another teammate's results. The FIG also nullified their results from the World Championship in Madrid, causing Ukraine's Tamara Yerofeva to be declared the 2001 championship. This is a man, the man that is her beau, can hold a grudge and revenge like no other. So what do you think? That hasn't been a thorn in his paw for her, and also for her. Okay, I had no idea about this. You can read more and on about it. I've read enough for now. I just want to look at her. I want to look at if they were married. I want to look and see if they're, the children, how things look now, because I did get that I see her leaving him as things go sideways, and he doesn't have the money to, I think, sustain her. So, I think she's going to want to get free. Now, let's just see. All right. So I am back to my screen, and I am hoping that you found that helpful. I'm going to use the color goddess cards again, and I'm just going to try these out, see if I like what I'm getting out of it. And I'm going to take a look at her, just in general, given her relationship with him, with Putin. So this is on Alina Kabaeva's relationship with Vladimir Putin and what it looks like for the long term, given the circumstances. And there's all kinds of things we don't know because he's basically shut her up. And not unlike what he's done with his daughters, whom he has had live under an assumed name, which isn't so unusual, I suppose. But he goes to the nth with protecting. But it has to be very at times awful to have your father still, when you're an adult, confining your life or restricting your life. That would drive me nuts. So I got to think they have to butt heads at times. And she's a Taurus. Her birthday is a day before my dad's. And so there's a few things. I have a lot of Tauruses in my family, and my grandmother was one, and I have a variety, and my mother-in-law was one. And I've seen the variety that they can come like, but she strikes me as the type that does like her name brand, high-end lifestyle. Okay. I think she is definitely, because I kind of saw that there with the gold digger in the reading before yesterday that I did on Vladimir. So I'm curious, how much does she really care for this fellow? How much is intimidation? How much is actual real respect? What is she, she's was so young when she was starting to see him. I mean, she's only 38 now, for God's sake. And I think he's been eyeing her since when she was dating some policeman. And that policeman story, could have even been a Beard type of story, just like he used Medvedev to prop up his ability to change the laws and come back and be the president for life, basically. So let's just get what we can see with the universe, what the Most High wants to share with us about her. And hi, Bear. And about what the nature of their relationship is like now and where it's headed. And of course, I think I'll throw separately to look at children with a different deck. All right. So, Alina Kabaeva. I'm probably not pronouncing the name correctly, and I am sorry, but I'm doing the best I can. All right. So let's see kind of the crux, is that the right word, of the situation. It's going to be like Celtic cross style. Let's see what we get just with these cards initially. This is a deep dive into Putin's baby mama number 2. We're getting the card that says periwinkle, chilled, frigid, frozen, the ice queen. Okay. That doesn't look too happy to me. And she's crossed. Wow. She is not a happy person. She's crossed by the sunflower, which is about happiness, joy, play, a much lighter. That's really interesting. So this is what her reality is chilled, frigid, frozen. He's not very warm. And as a result, I think it's left her wanting warmth and light and joy. And that's been a challenge with her relationship with him. Makes perfect sense. Okay. Now, the basis of the reading shows lilac, which is basically the Fool card. Immaturity, innocence. She was basically a kid when he latched onto her, a youth. You know, she really did not get, I think, to experience perhaps what she would have preferred to. Especially with, at least now, she's feeling like the man's cold as ice. She's crowned by forest, elementals, fairies, magic. I'll look into that card with her on that. It still makes me feel like, is she kind of childish in a way? But we'll look at that. That could be maybe even the children coming into. Anyways, the past, I just got a hit, like fairy tales, like a Russian fairy tale. She feels like her life is like a Russian fairy tale. That's wild. And she in the past has the salmon, which is obstacles. And she's had to persevere and persistence in her life. And especially with regard to him, she's had to endure, basically. Okay. It doesn't look like it's been exactly happy to her, in her honest opinion. So now here we have Lyme, and this says collaboration, cooperation, groups. This is in the near future. This is working with other people more than she's ever been. I think he's had her isolated and frozen, kind of stuck. And it's been a challenge for her because she wants a lighter, warmer, more happier, joyful lifestyle. But I think she's going to move toward that as opportunity presents itself. She's going to have help. Here we have people, you know, all putting their fists together like a group. And I think she's going to have assistance to make her life happier, whatever that means. And I don't think it includes him, probably. And where her mind is at is the peach. Again, she's a typical Taurian, like my grandmother. She likes her clothes, her finery, comfort, her home, fashion. You know, she's very much somebody that, not unlike me as a Virgo, likes the makeup. We like those kinds of things and domesticity, but she's a much lighter feel than him. And I don't think that this has been something that she felt like she had much of a choice about, to be honest. In the environment is wisteria, which is expansion, immortality, infinity. So this is Putin, I feel like, and their relationship and him just taking over, I think, more and more control in her life, where she lives. I think what her religion is, quite possibly. I got a feeling he's responsible for that. Here we have sepia. This is in the hopes and fears, and there's nostalgia, reminiscence, and a reverie. So she's living, there's a lot about the past And I think she feels like her years are behind her. Like he's taken her, um, a lot of her youth, honestly. But at this time, there's some kind of nostalgia going on with her and looking back at her past. And maybe it's because she's thinking about making a change away from this frozen, chilled, morgue like relationship where he's just controlling and holding her hostage, more or less, to what he wants her to live like. And I think she's going to be looking, yeah, toward people to help her. She's tired, I think, and she's been just kind of enduring. Well, here we have conflict, physicality, victory. There could be some tussle here where there's actual physical activity going on, maybe to prevent or to get away from him. Maybe him trying to stop her and her trying to defend so that she can get away. And it says victory. So I think she's successful. And especially when I see this collaboration card and people coming, a variety of people, and being that her, family and I'm sure her social people that she's been able to maintain despite Putin, I think are going to, somebody's outside going to be able to assist her, I think, to walk away from him. Definitely, to actually physically even get away from him, to kind of cut off and keep the distance so he cannot perhaps physically control her whereabouts. That's a really strong feeling. I'm going to pull a couple cards here. We have Earth, foundation, seeds. So she's off to a new beginning. Yeah, she gets away from him. And here we have dignity, and it's the color purple. And this was brown, of course, that was Earth. And this is prominence. And we have the fleur de lis. It makes me wonder, does she have connections in France? Maybe she knows people that are royalty. There's something, maybe something there. She could end up living in France. It's just a thought, or set up. And I felt that before, but I felt it without the cards, and it came to me again, and I just realized that. So I think that in her future, she could move to France at some point. There's something that fleur de lis. And yeah, there's luck. There's a better and luxury. I think she will have a better lifestyle there. Lavender is compassion, empathy, sensitivity. I think there will be people that understand her predicament, and she will find community there, or at least some friends or support among the well-to-do. And we see Sienna, which is plans, preparation, training. This is, I think, her going back to doing teaching or things. I feel like coaching or something along those lines that she's always wanted to do. I think that somebody hasn't maybe allowed her to have that opportunity. I think she's had to live a life that he's made for her, and not so much that she's wanted to do. That's very clear. And here we get the iris, which is about journey, path, travel. And I just feel like she's away from him, and she's her own person living her own life. I think she's going to be somebody that travels a lot. So let's just see a couple more, and then I'm gonna look at the children marriage thing. Teal, creativity, pregnancy, sacred feminine. Well, just what I was getting to, right? and business duty, obligation. Would she be getting pregnant again at her age? She's still fairly young, but she's right at that point where, well, there's many women that give birth in their 40s. There could be another pregnancy on her horizon. She's only 38, be 39, maybe within the next year even, or two. And I see her again, business. I think she's got actually a good head for business, and maybe even running her own business of some kind, like an entrepreneur. And she's pregnant. But this could also be with the bringing into fruition her own business, and she feels free to create. She's got the gold, she's got the riches. Look at the coins in the paper and the gold: prosperity, riches, wealth. And I think this is from her own efforts. I think that's something she wants to do. And she gets the card of sage, alchemy, solutions, wisdom. Yeah, her own skills. She's, able to succeed on her own efforts and do something in the direction of which she wants to do. All right, I'm going to pause this here. I'm going to grab a different deck, and we're going to look at the marriage issue and the children. And now I'm going to use, for the first time in a reading, the Painted Tarot, which I've been on about. And I will do an unboxing of this deck also. I've already started to work on the Color Goddess unboxing video. I've been busy, but I got to strike while the iron's hot with my health. So let's take a look. Is Alina Kabaeva, was she married in any kind of private ceremony or secret ceremony to Putin? Did they ever have some kind of ceremony, or is this an agreement, a partnership that is tailored? Well, it will definitely be tailored because of who they are and what goes on in their life. But what I'm trying to get at is, did he take her, marry her in the Russian Orthodox Church? Or have some kind of ceremony to formalize, in their eyes at least, their partnership, or basically the rules that she's not supposed to be seeing anybody else other than him. Let's see what we get. And again, I really want to give this deck a really good shuffle because it is brand spanking new out of the box, and it hasn't been used to read before. So I ask the Most High, and my guide and spiritual mentors to assist me to read accurately and clearly. As always, please help me see the message accurately and convey it. What is the status of Vladimir Putin and Alina Kabaeva's relationship? Have they had some sort of a ceremony? We are going to be totally nosy right now. All right. You ready to be nosy with me? Okay. That's what I thought. Here we have the 5, 6, 7 of discs. So this is planning. And there is something that was planned. I think he really planned how everything would go. I felt that when I saw that Frozen card. It's like, oh, wow, I'm sorry. I thought she might actually be happy. I think the only benefit that she likes is the wealth and the shopping, to be fair, and the comfort, comfortable life. But this is all about also money for her. And for him, this is all about keeping control every step of the way and putting a lot of effort so that there would be some sort of future ability to harvest. And they're still not harvesting. She still feels like they're still sowing seeds and still having to tend to these tedious rules and ways that he has of living that makes it very slow to advance. It's just attention to detail, very. And she sees it as work. Oh, God, okay. This thing sometimes just come out of my mouth. The Wheel of Fortune is what is crossing them, change and their relationship. And it comes from the outside that, he's not going to be able to stop this. She's not going to be able to stop this. This is change that's coming through. This is a major arcana that pulls at this kind of a flimsy effort. He's not put in enough of an effort. Or the effort that he does put in is just for like control. It doesn't bloom. So there's change coming in where their relationship is concerned. And this is based on the Page of Coins. To me, this looks like a child. And what is crowning them, oh dear, is the Five of Wands, arguing, fight. And this can also be the war and how it will affect their relationship. It's going to change it. She's been worried in the recent past. And I think for a long time, I feel like this has not been a relationship entirely that she was seeking. And I think that she came to understand later that she feels trapped. That's real unhappiness. That is anxiety. That is insomnia. That is worry. It can be panic and anxiety attacks as well. And I think so. Look at this. It's connected to this constant conflict going on. Everything's always a battle. I think everything's always a battle with him, for her as well. In the near future, she has the 10 of Cups, and you look at that. Wow. The 9 of Swords. She's crossed by the Wheel of Fortune. This relationship's going to totally change. Now, it's been in place for a number of years, but it's going to end in the near future. It's set up to end. It's been always meant to end. And there's something new for her, a new life, living somewhere else or wherever she wants to. And this 10 of Cups can also be family. Maybe she goes to stay with family. It's the end of a lot of relationships that she's had. And largely, I think, through their relationship. Probably relationships that, you know, that she's developed over the years since maybe she was a kid. Maybe that's the point. Huh? Yeah. Anyhow, look at this again with children. Yes, the Six of Cups and the past. She herself was pretty much a child, and I believe that they do have children together. Um, she is looking at her own childhood and what she wants for her children. I definitely feel that, especially maybe a daughter. Very interesting. In the environment is the star. This is hope. She's in a pretty dark place, despite the face that she puts on. I don't think she's a bad person by any means. I think she's just been another, to a degree, kind of stuck and tried to make the best of it. I don't think she had much of a choice with this, to be fair. And this is also, he's famous, you know, he's well known. And the situation is in the spotlight with the war, you know. And I think she's, like I said in the other reading I saw, I'm getting also that she's looking for an out to end this relationship and move on and live the freedom with her children as she would like to. Let's go to her hopes and fears and in their relationship. Wow, we have loss, and this is the type of grieving, mourning, loss. Usually that's connected to a death. So I'm sure that she's intimidated that she could lose, and it's not just physical wealth, but I think more importantly, people that she loves if she doesn't, you know, keep him happy. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. Death. That's the final outcome. Okay. So you guys, the final end card for their relationship is death. And I think it looks like it will be his end. We get things that talk about ends here with this change coming in that affects something that has been going on for a while, and that is how she's had to live, how the relationship has been. It's all very planned. I think it's pretty dull. I think she finds it boring because the other cards showed frozen, chilled, you know, and that she wants sunshine and joy and light and warmth. I think this is definitely, the war brings the end of their relationship and the end of him. At the end of him. I feel like this next couple cards in clarification is the King of Coins and the Six of Wands. And this is someone who is a businessman that is able to be successful in connection to the Death card. That makes me think again of the elite, well-to-do business people that we probably don't know all the names of, that are not happy with him. That's what it's looking like to me. Here is the King of Cups. We're getting two men here. And the Eight of Swords. This is some kind of restriction. This to me, when I get this card, is usually somebody that's being taken, kidnapped, or restrained in some kind of way where they can't move. Sometimes this card is saying this is somebody not doing something that they could. So somebody could allow this person to do something and maybe not intervene. Or maybe part and parcel of how they do this victory has something to do with restraining someone, or we're just, keeping him from carrying on. But, I think he's going to be gone. We get the moon. To me, this is the secret lifestyle, or this is the secret going clandestine plans that are going on to deal with that. Something very shady, you guys. Yeah, and hello, another end, an end, an end, an end. So their relationship shows that, yes, she's had children. I've gotten that. And I have gotten that their relationship is not one that makes her happy. And she wants change. And I don't think she fully anticipates the kind of change that's coming. Or maybe she kind of does. I don't know. I have gotten that she will have assistance and help from other people to take care of her life. But what I do see here is their relationship ends because he's going to, I think, be taken out by well-heeled people that have a very capable means to do so. And it's secretive and it's successful. And she's free. She's free. But I do feel like she's kind of worried. I just want to take another Queen of Cups. And this is the Nine of Cups. I think she'll have a happier life. I think she'll be able to express herself more emotionally. I'm sure he's just as controlling as he was with Ludmilla. I think he's definitely just as much with her. So I feel like she's going to have a whole new life. Yeah, opening up, joyful. I think that's her and her children. And this is the Eight of Coins. And this is like continuing education and skills and learning and putting, I think, her energy as she desires and raising her children as she desires. I really do. So that's what I get on their relationship and what is going to happen. And wow. So if you appreciate these readings that I do and the lives, please give it a thumbs up right now and make sure that you're subscribed, hit the notifications and share. Thank you so much. Have a great one.